cross-connecting deflector pins, checking replicator pattern specifications, create memory and initiating anti-alias. All facets clear.
Hey, Doc, I can't believe you've created an alarm and everything. Crazy, man. Remember, Elvis, you must not change the time continuum. Hey, Doc, don't worry, man, I got us in the bag. Okay, let's do it, Doc.
Man, I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm about a 9:56 and everything. Everything started, man. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, Doc, hit it, son. Elvis, be careful. Okay, Doc, I got it, son. Leave it to me and everything. Oh, man, here we go, baby.
Penny, the debate over whether Elvis is alive or dead is alive and all too well here in the small Virginia town of Moneta. Now, it appears a group of individuals here have formed what they call the Presley Commission, who, much in the spirit of the Warren Commission, are looking into the alleged death of Elvis Presley. And today they've agreed to make their findings public, exclusively to all of us, at a current affair.
This guy's as serious as a heart attack, or in this case, a fake heart attack. Phil Akinson heads the Presley Commission, and in his briefcase, the toils of 2.5 years of gathering all the facts surrounding the alleged death of Elvis.
So you got the goods?
Yeah, I got it right here.
And the commission's findings based on those blue suede clues?
After 2.5-year investigation, the Presley Commission has found that Elvis did fake his death and is alive. Yes, question?
Are you sure about that?
We're very sure, yes.
Phil and the commission contend that due to threats from organized crime, Presley was forced to orchestrate an elaborate scheme, the ultimate escape trick, and convince the world he was dead.
We found that through a review of the documents and the information that we had looked at, that the man on the bathroom floor was not Elvis Presley, that it was in fact a young man who had died of complications from multiple sclerosis 3 weeks prior.
So did Elvis allegedly whack this kid?
No, there's no indication of wrongdoing or criminal intent.
They just happened to keep his body around for a few weeks.
Yeah, it was kept on ice.
On ice.
Which brings us to another finding.
Dead men don't sweat.
You sure about that too?
We're very sure.
The Presley Commission believes it was not Elvis in that casket, but a wax dummy, as a cousin of Elvis reportedly told them he saw perspiration on his brow.
The commission did conduct tests on a wax figure to determine the validity of that.
This I had to see. So with the help of a nearby bait store's ice machine and a wax figure in the shape of a candle, we conducted a scientific test.
George, as you can see, there's condensation and dampness on the wax figure that indicates that the wax figure in the coffin would have been sweating very similarly.
Amazing.
Anyway, back at the press conference, I was wondering about the rest of the commission.
Where is everybody?
They preferred that their identities not be known.
All right, I'll buy that. So we went out to find out what another Elvis authority thought, only we couldn't find any. So we settled for this giant colossal woman who hand-built this mini Graceland in nearby Roanoke.
Is Elvis alive or dead?
He's dead.
Okay, thanks.
I'd be the last one in the world to say that Elvis was still alive. You know, let the guy alone. But then again, there are some disturbing facts that came up.
You could put us all out of work.
We did find, however, one commission advisor, Bill Beanie, who runs the Elvis is Alive Museum, just a hop, skip, and a jumpsuit outside St. Louis.
This is quite an experience.
Bill has been a great advisor to this commission.
This is our funeral room. We have recreated the casket of Elvis.
I find him to be very credible and a very upstanding individual.
The truth is that the king is alive and well.
Well, the Elvis Commission's findings may have been announced up in Virginia, but that report really hit home down here in Lantana, Florida. You see, this is home to the Weekly World News, that esteemed publication that initially broke the story that Elvis faked his own death.
Eddie Clance and Sal Iavone are the Woodward and Bernstein of the original Elvis is Alive story.
Weekly World News broke the story in May of 1988. It's been 6 years, 17 Elvis is Alive covers since, and I think it is substantiation of what we already knew. To our readers, it's old news.
What's your favorite Presley song?
Mine happens to be You Don't Have to Say You Love Me.
And you don't have to say you believe him, as Phil packed his bag and headed back out into a doubting world, where most folks don't exactly put much stock in his commission's findings. Then again, he says there is at least one person out there who knows he's right. Baby.
You tried to face another day, dreaming I'd be here to stay. But when you wake, I'm far away. Tears will fall, you'll beg me stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Lisa Marie. Honey, I know you tried to end the hurt you felt inside. Don't you cry. One more day, I'm here with you. I'm here to stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Ooh, Lisa Marie. You know, our hopes and our dreams may still be realized. I see it in your face, I hear it in your cries. Don't be sad, one more day I'm here with you. I'm here to stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Ooh, Lisa Marie.
Sometimes I get lonesome right in the middle of a crowd.
Are you lonesome tonight?
Elvis Aaron Presley is gone, but he's definitely not forgotten. An American legend whose myth has grown tenfold since his death, the king is worshipped with vigils to his final resting place. But there are some who believe that Elvis is resting somewhere else.
People ask me all the time where I'm living, and naturally I can't say, but it's a good place to hide.
Could Elvis Presley still be alive? Could he have hoaxed his own death? Author Gail Brewer-Giorgio has a story that will make you wonder.
It's an incredible story. You know, well, what is it? Oh, she can prove Elvis is alive. Well, I'm not really doing that. You know, I'm asking a lot of questions.
Gail's saga began in 1977 when she wrote the novel Orion. Her character Orion was loosely based on Elvis, but in her story, Orion fakes his death to escape his prison of fame. Prior to publication, her manuscript made its way to Nashville, and Sun Records brought her character to life with a masked singer they called Orion. His voice was incredibly familiar.
I was getting a lot of very unflattering calls, too, of people saying, are you trying to perpetuate a hoax, you know, with the singer Orion? I said, all I did was write, I sat down one day and wrote a book of fiction. That's all.
Gail didn't sue Sun Records for borrowing her character. It was 1981, and Elvis mania had expanded. While the Presley estate was pulling in more millions by the year, Gail and Sun Records were priming for success with an Orion movie deal. But suddenly, something went wrong. Gail's newly released novel disappeared from shelves. Orion the singer disappeared, and fans called Gail wanted to know why. Others called to say Gail was too close to the truth.
I'm like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump.
I heard from him about 3 or 4 weeks ago, yeah. I was hoping to hear from him again, but sometimes, you know, everybody in the world's trying to find him except the Major. I'm the only person that believes that he's alive.
Return to sender.
The idea that Elvis might be alive seemed far-fetched, to say the least. But as Gail attempted to resurrect her novel Orion from oblivion, she found herself drowning in the mystery of Elvis and the questions that were not answered.
2020 did an hour show on the cover-up and the death of Elvis Presley.
She wrote about it.
There were many things that Geraldo Rivera brought out. The autopsy, the remains being destroyed, all official documentation missing from the files, and there's a list of them.
Why was no police investigation made into his death? Why was there no medical effort toward determining the cause of his death? Why were fans insisting that the body they viewed was not Elvis? For Gail, whose fiction now seemed strangely true, the writing was on the gravestone. Elvis's middle name, Aaron, was misspelled with 2 A's rather than 1.
And I thought, now why would a man deliberately misspell the most famous name in the world? It just didn't make sense.
She wrote about it.
I had been looking frantically for several albums. They're on the bottom, of course.
Today, Elvis artifacts are worth their weight in gold. Elvis 56 is making big bucks for media home entertainment. Fans comb the world for collector's albums, including this Jerry Lee Lewis album. Before his death, Elvis claimed to have recorded with Jerry. Sun Records now claims the voice is Orion's.
Listen to me, Jerry. They don't know what you're talking about. But you keep on talking and trash. A gal's gonna throw you out. It wouldn't happen with me.
And definitely his nose was not pug. It was
There
very,
seemed
very
no end to this mystery. When a woman from Memphis appeared at Gail's door last spring claiming to have a tape of Elvis recorded in 1981, Gail was amazed.
It's been enjoyable, but it's been a constant battle growing beards and this and that to keep them being recognized.
On the 30-minute cassette of edited phone conversation, Elvis talks about hiding and growing beards, things Elvis prior to 1977 would never have said.
I'm not completely in hiding now, you know. I mean, I'm seen by people all the time. As far as appearing nationally, I think it would be silly, to say the least, to get back into something that's taken me this long to get out of.
To verify the tape, Gail had it analyzed by a voice print expert who concluded that the voice was indeed Elvis Presley's. There is no method of determining the date it was recorded. So for Gail, it's just another piece of the puzzle.
I don't know where it's going to go. Every day I come up with new information. Every day I wonder if I'm even doing the right thing. And then I think about Orion. That was my novel, and that suffered, and that should not have occurred. There's no way for me to even get my book back out unless I tell the story of what happened.
If Elvis Presley is alive, it would be the hoax of the century. Regardless, there will always be someone out there to keep Elvis on the comeback trail, and those who believe that Elvis lives.
I said, honey, if you don't tell anybody, I said, I won't. And right then and there in the supermarket, she started crying. And I said, honey, don't you cry.
Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight?
It's a strange thing, you know.